So, I was up in the loft the other day, and I found myself in the loft an antique vase, okay? An antique vase. And I thought to myself, it's nice, that vase. I'm going to go and I'm going to take it onto the Antiques Roadshow. You watch the Antiques Roadshow, and I'm going to get it valued. Okay? So I took it to the Antiques Roadshow. This guy looked at it and he said, you know what? He said, it's worth about £2,400, that vase. Wow, I said, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. I said, how much was it when it was new? He said, well, I can't work that out. But he says, what I can tell you is that that vase has increased in value. It's increased in value by 12% since it was brand new. I said, all right. I said, but you can't tell me how much it was worth when it was brand new. He said, no, I can't tell you that. So when I got home with my vase, I rang myself up because I know how to do it. And this is how you do this. This is called percentage of the original value. And what we're trying to work out is how much that vase cost when it was first made 100 years ago. So using the information that we've got, we know that this vase is now worth £2,400. When it was first made, when it was brand new 100 years ago, whatever its value was 100% of its value. Okay? Was 100% of its, because remember, the 100% is the whole thing. So whatever it cost was 100% of its value. Over the period of 100 years, this value has increased by 12%. So now, in the present day situation in 2023, that vase is actually now worth 112% of its original value. Okay? You see where that's come from. It was 100%, it's gone up by 12, so it's now worth 112% of its original value. So now I need to put those figures into a formula, and that formula will now tell me how much that vase was worth 100 years ago. Okay? And this is how you do it. This is the formula, and the formula is this. I want you to write this down. It's price now, and you can write it down on this next page here, because this next page, finding the original value, this is what all these are related to. So write this formula down. It's the price now divided by the percentage now multiplied by 100. Okay, that's your formula. Now it works for an increase and a decrease. We'll look at a decrease in a second, but that's an increase. So the price now divided by the percentage now multiplied by 100. In a different colour I'll do the sum. So the price now is £2,400. That's what the Antiques Roadshow guy told me. That's the price now. I'm going to divide that by the percentage now. Remember, the percentage now is 112. Okay? Because it's increased in value. Times by 100. So that's the percentage now. Now the figure we are going to get in our answer, although this is an increase in percentage, the figure we're going to get, the number we're going to get, is going to be lower than 2,400, because remember, the price has gone up from what it originally was. Okay? So 2,400 divided by 112, and at that point there, do you think you've got a 0 point number in there? No, you don't. Not on this particular one. But that doesn't matter. Times it by 100. What's the price of that vase originally? Anybody?
2,142.85, but around it got up to 86.
No, it's money. 0.85 and I want 0.85p. I want 85p. £2,142.85. We know we're right because that number is less than that number because it's increased. So that's the formula. You need to remember that formula. It's dead important that you remember that formula. Dead important. Okay? And it works the other way. Let me show you the other way. It works for a decrease as well. So, while I was up in the loft, okay, I came across my antique watch, okay, which I also took to the Antiques Roadshow. Now it had a couple of scratches on and the strap wasn't very good. So the guy says to me, I can only give you 500 for that watch. Oh, that's not very much. Why? Well, because of the damage, that watch has decreased in value by 11%. It's gone down in value by 11%. So my question to him is, well, how much was it originally worth? Because it's an old watch. How much was it originally worth down here? And he says, I don't know the answer to that. You better go and speak to Pete. So, this is how this one works out, because it's a decrease. That watch, when it was brand new, and I'm going to put the 100% here. I don't want to put it at the top because that's today's price. It's a tricky one. So I'm just going to put it here. But over the period it's gone down by 11%. Okay? That's a percentage symbol by the way. So, price now, £500. Yeah? 500. Same formula, divided by the percentage now. Now you're going to think the percentage now is 11, because that's the number that's in there. The percentage now is 11. But remember, when that watch was brand new, it was 100% of its value. It's gone down by 11. So count back from 100, 11 places. What have we got?
89.
89. So that watch is now only worth 89% of its original value. So the percentage now is 89. Yeah? And that is the tricky bit about these kind of questions. Now the figure we're going to get now is going to be bigger than 500 because that watch has decreased in value. Yeah, it's gone down. So originally it must have been worth more than £500. Yeah? So 500 divided by 89 times by 100, what does that give us?
561.79.
£561.79. Yeah, and you can see we're right because that's what it was originally worth. That's what it's worth now. It's gone down in value. Yeah, it's gone down. So the key to this, the key for this is to remember that formula. That's the important thing. Remember that formula. If it's an increase, if something's gone up in value from the original price, then you add the percentage to 100. If the item, or whatever it is you're talking about, has decreased in price, decreased in value, then you take the percentage away from 100. Yeah? If it would say it's decreased to 11%, then you would use the 11. But if it's decreased by, you just start with your 100 and you knock off the decrease. 100 minus 11 is 89. Yeah? That's finding the percentage of the original value. Okay? Really popular. Really popular in the exam. These decreases are very, very popular in the exam because people get, that's the part where people get a little bit confused. Yeah? So dead popular in the exam. Does it make sense to you that? Yeah, it makes sense to me. The tricky. I'm going to put one up on the screen for you to have a look at. I'll leave those on. So here he is, David Dickinson. Okay, he's got a vase similar to mine. Your antique vase has increased in value by 15% over the years and it's now worth £3,450. But what was it worth originally? Okay, let's work that one out. You work that one out. Let's see if we can work that one out. There's the formula. The formula's there on the bottom as well for you, by the way. Yeah. So see if you can work that out. It's similar to my vase at the top there. Well, my vase is quite nice. So the answer you're going to get is going to be less than 3,450 because it's, remember, it's gone up in value. Yeah. So if you've not got anything that's less than 3,450, you're doing something slightly wrong. We'll have a look at it in a second. Have we got any answers floating about? Would anybody like to throw an answer at me? It's all quiet. It's all quiet. Shall I talk you through it again? Anybody else? Yeah? You've got an answer? Okay, let's see what we're up to. So, I'm just going to flick the next slide and you'll see the same thing. So there's David Dickinson. Let's work it out. £3,450, that's what the vase is worth now. When it was brand new, it was worth 100% of its value. Over time, the vase has increased by 15%, so now it's worth 115% of its original price. 100 plus the 15. Yeah? We apply that mantra, price now, divided by percentage now, times by 100. 3,450 divided by 115 times by 100. Okay? £3,000. That vase was worth £3,000. You got 3,000?
Yeah.
Yeah, brilliant, well done. They're tricky questions, aren't they? They're a little bit tricky questions. One more.
How about the first one?
Pardon?
The first question.
The first question
Yeah.
is that one. Do you get that
No,
one?
not this one.
One more question.
The first question before this one.
Which one? The first question. It's the other slide, you mean?
Yeah.
It's the same slide, basically,
Oh.
with just this talking on it. This is just how we work it out.
Oh.
Yeah? So one more. And this one is this. So still David Dickinson. That's a Bobby Dazzler of a picture, but I can only offer you £1,800 as it has decreased in value by 45%. What was it originally worth? What was it originally worth? So that's this method. That's this one. That's the watch method. Yeah? Because it's gone down, it's a decrease. Same formula. It's a pretty apt picture, that, for the weather that we're having, isn't it? Yeah? I don't just throw this together, you know. That's it. Yeah, it is. Yeah. Remember, it's cash, so you don't need all them on there. Yeah, but that's your answer. And it's got to be because it's decreased in value.
Alright, we're reading the end of the
Yeah.
question.
Yeah.
July.
So, thinking about this picture, let's put them words into the formula. Sorry, them numbers into the formula. Price now, 1800. Divided by the percentage now. What's the percentage now?
55.
55, because it's decreased by 45. 100 take 45 is 55. 1800 divided by 55 times by 100, £3,272.72p. Yeah? You get that? Yeah, you get that. Tricky questions. Tricky questions. So popular in the exam. So popular. Because it's easy to make a mistake. Okay? It's easy to make a mistake. So we're going to revisit this. We're not going to go into doing any particular questions about this because we're going to go over it a bit more.